This new generation, you're not going to know nothing about what I'm saying right now. And probably good you don't. But my age and older, if y'all still in this room and you ain't went to sleep, if our parents were still talking, we had a chance.
Right.
If they were still talking to you when you was in trouble, you had a little chance. But if you had done something to where you took the words out there, they couldn't talk, and you walked in and tried to tell your story,
That's it.
and they walk out to the tree, and you know what they're looking for. The longest. See, some of y'all, now, you young people, I know, this sounds like child abuse. I get it. They ain't saying nothing. And take their time.
Right.
Pull off every leaf. And then braid it. You knew it was going to be trouble. Now, I grew up with a father. So, my father, he was a strong man. So, he wouldn't hit with his hand because he didn't want to hurt us children. But he did have a belt. And depending on what we had done, I told you, if you're talking, you got a chance. If he say, okay, explain to me. You're like, oh, okay, I hear you. But if he just say,
It's a wrap.
and he finna go swinging. Which is point number 2. When after Hamashiach saw the condition of the temple and how the purpose was perverted and how they were selling sacrifices and how they were extorting the people and taking advantage of the people and how the actual purpose of the temple was being altered, it was so bad that at this time, all he could do was exercise judgment. And that's my next point. And that is, how did he clean the temple? Somebody gonna say, more that's not in the Bible. Yes, it is too. How did he do it? With violence.
Yes, indeed.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Violence.
Which tells me something. He was not no little,
Come on.
skinny,
Nope.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z plus people.
No. That business.
He didn't have no high voice and didn't speak with no lisp. Didn't do no switching when he was walking. Didn't wear no lipstick or no rouge. He was muscle bound.
That's right.
Remember, he is the Lion of the tribe of Yehuda.
That's right.
Now, when you think of all of the people in our history, Samson could not whoop Hamashiach, mano on mano, man on man. Forget it. King David, of whom had under him mighty men of valor,
That's right.
where their exploits on the battlefield are recorded in your Bible because they are so extraordinary, you wouldn't believe it if it wouldn't have been written down. And yet not one of them would even think about challenging David to a fight. They had a song about David.
Yeah.
They said, no, Saul,
You'll just down.
he can take out 1,000. He was pretty good now.
David.
But David,
10,000.
he can handle 10,000. David just saw a vision of Hamashiach and fell on his knees
Right.
and wrote a song and said, Yahuwah said to my master, sit here until I make your enemies. So when you think of your king, you have to think of someone that you just would never fight, ever, never.
Right.
You know, besides the fact that, like, Mike Tyson might not be all Ain't nobody fighting Mike right now. Why not? He's 56 years old, right? How come nobody want to fight him? 80-year-old man? No, you just remember what he used to do. And Hamashiach with Mike Tyson,
Right.
easy. And I'm not even talking about what y'all consider the God side. I'm not talking about that.
Right.
Yah, I'm talking about human. He is the lion. No one born in the Israelite lineage could take on our lion. Now, how do I know that? Because
Came to get him.
you could not walk into a room full of mobsters
Right.
selling
Right.
cows and sheep and oxen at the money tables and all that. Everybody is in there. You know they're strapped.
Right. Yes.
But you the millions of dollars exchanging hands and all the livestock. And these are some of the baddest cats, and they got temple police and everything. Hamashiach walked outside, made a whip, and came back in. They was like, whoo. And that's not the first time he was in the temple. Another time he was in the temple, and they paid some people to get him. And when it was all over, they said, why you didn't take him? He was like, why you didn't take him? Ain't nobody like him. I'm going to give you one more example along those same lines. Do you remember when he was going to die for the sins of the world and he went to the garden? It says that they came to arrest him with a multitude.
Weapons.
And they all had weapons, knives, swords.
Right.
So I want you to get the picture straight in your mind. That when he walked back in that room, it was with violence. And he went to swinging. He made a scourge, used it as a whip, and drove them out. Sheep, oxen, drove them out. Doves, out of the temple. Why? They didn't belong in the temple. So it took violence to match the sin.
Come on.
Do you get it?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
And then what? He drove out those that sold oxen. Then he poured out the money. Now, you know when you mess with somebody's money, you would think that they would have all jumped in.
Right.
Y'all, let's get him.
Right.
Man, please, they weren't about to touch him. And I had a picture in my mind. Because if you have operated in extortion and you have millions, and I'm using dollars because this is America, and you have millions and millions of dollars, which at that time was millions and millions of shekels or denarii, and you take it from the people. Notice that he didn't grab the money, put it in his pocket.
Right.
He took the money and he threw it everywhere. What did he do? He was giving it back to the people that the folk in the temple had wronged. He poured out the money, and I like this one. And he started turning over tables.
Yes, indeed.
I wish I could have been there.
I know.
I just want to be there to see that. Just turning over, just shoes tape, just bam, bam, boom, bam, and things just flipping over, turning over, boom, boom, people running, yeah, boom, boom, boom. And when the dust is flying and the goats is baying and the cows are mooing and the doves is cooing, the money changes, bling, 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 all over them, and people running, low running for their life. That was the work of our King, right?
Yes.
I can see when it's all said and done and everything is out, the dust settles. He's standing there with that whip.
Who else wants some?
You take this stuff out. In Matthew chapter 21, he says, my Father's house shall be called the house of prayer. But you, have made it. You turned it into a den of thieves.